Alright, so there are many different classes in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. Some are better than others, and some are actually quite similar to each other, but I'm gonna go over all the classes in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam and compare them to all the other factions because it took me so long to realize that the United States Army and the United States Marine Corps were just two completely different things. I didn't even know the Republic of Vietnam was even in the game. I'm just a little slow with these things. And it took me even longer to realize that each sort of faction had different weapons and equipment per class, like it varied slightly, and I had no idea. And honestly, some new players might be finding this out as well, but maybe I'm just as stupid as my fucking careers counselor said I was. But I also want to go over which class is my favorite. Anyways, before I go into this video, I want you to like this video and subscribe if you're new around here, and click on the links in the video description and in the top pinned comments. Anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so first I want to start off with the Northern Forces, primarily because it's a lot easier, because I've taken down notes in this document, so do excuse me if I like stuff up a little bit, okay? So we're gonna start off with the National Liberation Front. So they have the Guerrilla class. It has AK-47s, no AKM. I know some people are like, oh, but I love my AKM. Honestly, there's quite a lot of guns that the NLF has that not having an AKM, it doesn't fucking get my nuts in a twist, basically. Then we have the SxS 45, you know, it's a decent rifle, I like it. The M1 Carbine, I hate that gun. Plain and simple, I fucking hate it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, it has its uses. No, I hate that gun. Then we have the Mosin Nagant. That's a good gun. I like it. Sometimes I feel like my shots just go through the enemy like a ghost shot, or maybe I just have bad vision, okay? I probably do. I can't see out of my right eye actually too good. But anyways, and we also have the Maz 49. I like the Maz 49. It's a decent gun, but since it's French, no offense, I know French people watch this, but there's a couple of French guns, including the MAT 49. Why is it the French guns look so fucking weird? Like, I mean, the French people, they can design nice clothes. Okay, I'll admit that. But the Guerrilla class, they don't get a secondary. That's excluding if you're a squad leader. You get a grenade or two from memory. I didn't write that down, but I know you get a grenade, and I'm positive you get a punji trap, even though if you're like attacking, it's not really gonna do too much. But then we have the Scout. They get the MAT 49, the hunting, or, you know, the shotguns, Mosin guns. You get a secondary, you get a tripwire trap, and you get smokes and a Molotov. I personally like this. It's got a good selection of guns. You know, you got the MAT 49. I like it. The shotguns are good, and the Mosin, you know, they're good guns in my opinion. You can cover long and close or mid range. And I was just talking about the hunting shotgun. I wasn't talking about any other weapon. But then we have the machine gunner. You get the RPD, and you get the DP28s, and you get the bar. I freaking love the bar. The bar it's a good gun in my opinion. The DP28 is also good. They're just good guns. The RPD, DP28, and the bar, they're really good guns in my opinion. They're probably one of the strongest freaking LMGs in the game. You get a secondary, you get a grenade, and you also get a punji trap. Then we move on to the sniper role. You get the Mosin, the Maz 49, and the M1D, and obviously, I don't need to say this, the M1D is probably my favorite sniper for the Northern Forces because you can use it like a freaking normal N1 Garand. The Mosin gun isn't that bad either, and even the Maz 49 isn't even that bad. Like, they're good weapons, don't get me wrong. But with this class, you get a secondary and you get a tripwire trap. So now we move on to the Sapper role. This is all about explosives. You get the PPSH, fantastic gun, in my opinion. As I remember, there are certain times where don't ask why I did this, but I would set it to semi-auto mode, and sometimes I forget to change it back to automatic, so sometimes I go into combat. It's in semi-auto, but I think it's in auto, and I end up spamming the trigger, and only one bullet comes out, and I'm like, what the f***? And then I died. So make sure to check that your firing mode is in the mode that you want it to be in, otherwise you're gonna die just like me. But with the PPSH, you get the MD82. Mine, you get 5 of these, and then you get the MP40. That's like a unique gun only to the Sapper role for the National Liberation Front. I like it. It's not bad of a weapon, but it's like a grease gun, but better. I don't know, that's how I feel about it. It's sort of got like that lowish rate of fire, because I never used a grease gun from memory. It's got a lowish rate of fire. It's got a little bit of jump to it, but you know, I like the MP40. But you also get Fugas, I don't know, Fugas, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you basically got to plant it. You can't use it indoors. And now we also have the Maz 49 with the grenade launcher, like the fucking mortar. That thing is freaking sick. That thing is so much fun to use, just running around, just blowing people up with it. It's good. You don't get a secondary with it. I'm pretty sure you don't get a secondary. You don't get anything. You just get the gun. And also, mind you, that the Maz 49, since the muzzle nozzle is different for this weapon because apparently it's got to release more gas to kind of shoot the grenade off the tip. This is all speculation, but this is what I believe is why this weapon has just so much more kick. And someone did comment that ages ago in one of my videos, so if you're watching this, then yeah, like thanks to you, I learned that. And now we have the RPG class. This is my favorite class. The RPG is freaking sick. You can literally shoot through walls. Literally, the RPG can penetrate a fucking solid brick wall and it can kill the people behind it. It's insane. Also, you get the shotguns and the SxS 45. It's good. It's a good class. Okay, so now we move on to the People's Army of Vietnam, the PAVN. And in my opinion, I don't like playing as this faction, in my honest opinion, because you're very limited in what weapons you can pick. Like, it feels like it's missing weapons. Like, it feels incomplete, in my opinion. So, for starters, you get the Rifleman role. You get the AK-47s, you get all of them. Yes, you get the AKM. Some people love that. That's not a deal breaker for me, or whatever you want to call it. And you get the SxS 45. That's it. Those are all the freaking rifles or guns that you get for the Rifleman class, which is let's be honest, that's the role that you're most likely going to be playing most of the time because all the other ones are, you know, capped. And also, you get a punji trap. That's it. Now we move on to the Scout role. You get the Maz 49, the Mat 49, and the SxS 45. You don't get a shotgun with this role like the NLF. You get a secondary with the Tripwire, mine, and smokes. Now we move on to the machine gunner role. You get the RP46 and the RPD. Now the RP46, I don't really use it that much. I don't have anything bad to say, but I also don't have anything great to say. Some people like it. It's probably someone's favorite weapon, but I can't really say much about that weapon because I just simply haven't used it a whole lot because most of the time I pick the RPD instead. You get a secondary, you get a grenade, and you get a punji trap. Now the sniper role is slightly different. We get the SVD, which is the Dragunov. That's what it looks like. It looks like the one from Call of Duty, the Dragunov or whatever you want to call it. It's a good gun in Call of Duty. It's a good gun. Like no one does this. I was like the only one that played Modern Warfare 3 and I golden. Okay, I got to level freaking 30 with the freaking like Dragunov. You know what I did? I'm gonna tell you. I know none of you probably played MW3, but this is what I did. So I get the 2 attachments perk. Actually, no, I get the kick perk, right? Or efficiency, whatever you want to call it. And then I'd stick an ACOG scope on it, and I could just run around with like quick draw, and I could use it like a freaking rifle. The thing was insane. It was like a sniper, but you could spam it. Like the thing was insane. It was an underrated weapon, in my opinion, because everyone says, "Oh, Dragunov sucks." Bro, I freaking love that gun. But in Rising Storm 2, you know, it's not bad. It sounds freaking badass when you shoot it, and it has a freaking sick scope. But you also get a Mosin Nagant, and you get a secondary and a Tripwire trap. Now we have the Sapper role, which in my opinion, I don't really like this Sapper role because you get an SxS 45. A lot of classes for the PAVN have the SxS 45. It's a good gun, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, but I mean, you know, I want a little bit more variety. You get a K50M. I don't think I've gotten more than 5 kills with this gun. I'm not even kidding. I can't kill people with this gun. It's like it's cursed, okay? People say it's a good gun. It's cursed for me. I can't even land a shot. And then you get the Mat 49 and you get 5 MD82 mines. And finally, you get the RPG class, and it's a little bit different. You get a shotgun and the SxS 45. You don't get a Mosin Nagant, but I mean, you get an RPG, and you should be using that to shoot people that are fortified behind buildings or behind walls and whatnot. But anyways, this is part 1. I don't want to make a 20-minute video going on about the Southern Forces, so I'm going to leave that as part 2 for next time, so do stick around, hit the bell notification if you want to see that. Anyways, my name is Tan2. Leave a comment as to which class is your favorite. Anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.